What's up, everyone? All right, so time for our midday market recap. Finally, a good day of momentum. We had a 150% short squeeze on APHB. And, this was a stock that really was at the beginning of the day not easy to trade. I actually started the day with a loss on this one and then was able to dig myself out of the hole and finally end the day up $2,300 on the name. I traded with, for the most part, conservative share size, but I traded a lot. I took a lot of micro pullbacks, a lot of small bull flags, both on the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart. Um, but at the end of the day, this was the one of the best days we've had in several weeks. It's the first time in probably about a month that we've seen really strong momentum to the long side instead of the short side. So many of you guys saw me earlier today on Facebook Live, um, just walking around, giving you kind of a breakdown of me in rehab. You guys all know this, I think. I checked myself into rehab, and here I am. So, the game plan was that I would be in rehab for trader rehab for the month of May, or at least the first part of May, kind of in response to just trading too aggressively in April and continuing to come up against a wall. We just had really choppy momentum. It wasn't a very clean month. Now, later, not this week, but next week, I don't have my broker statements yet, but next week when I get my broker statements from the end of the month of April, we'll go over my trades. But I've already looked at the stats. And what I saw is that comparing my best month of the year, which was $70,000 in February, and my worst month of the year, which was losing 4 grand in April, what was the difference between those 2 months? From pure metrics, the difference was that in my best month of the year, my average winners were about $1,500, and my average losers were about $1,300, and my accuracy was about 68%. In April, my average losers were $1,300, same average loss, taking the same amount of risk on trades, essentially. The problem was that my average winners were only 750. My average winners were half the size that they were in February, and that was simply because the market wasn't very strong. You can control how much you're willing to lose. You've got your max loss, but you can't control how much the market's going to give you. And in April, it just wasn't giving me a lot. I kept coming up short again and again and again. So accuracy was only slightly lower. It was 62% instead of 68%. So it was a slight dip in accuracy, but not huge. The issue was primarily related to the fact that I didn't have home run trades in April. I didn't have the trade, that big 10, 15, $20,000 winner that would draw up my average for all of my trades. It was just a choppier month. And so I decided that for May, I needed to, instead of continuing to fight against a lack of momentum, I needed to step back, slow down, and trade with smaller size. And this was the plan, that I would trade with smaller size until I started to see really good opportunities, and then I would increase my size. But I would kind of spend this period trying to just sort of catch my bearings. So between January and March, I made about $150,000. And then from my high of the year, which was like 155, I've dropped down to like 135, pulled back about $20,000, 15, 20. So a little bit of a pullback, and now I'm kind of trying to rebuild and come back up to the high of the year, which is like 155, and then from there, go up towards 200, 250. Last year I finished with 226 or 222. So, I know I want to at least hit that level, but the fact is, if I do hit that level, it will have been from a starting balance of $583, which is pretty incredible. So in any case, I've taken the month of May here to kind of slow down a little bit, step back, and every single day it's resulted in me trading more. Instead of being like a sniper looking for one trade just to hit really aggressively, I've been kind of casting a wider net and taking a lot of trades, a little of this, a little of that, a little of that. And the idea is kind of like lots of base hits rather than being the home run trader who, in April didn't hit any home runs. I'm just going to be the base hitter, and I'm just going to keep trying to get on base, get on base, get on base. And today's the day I'm up $1,800. So $1,861 in profit on 2 stocks. My commissions are actually $450 today. Crazy high commissions. It's because I traded a lot. That's kind of the thing with base hits, is that you get lots of base hits, lots of trades, and so the commissions become a bigger factor. But at the end of the day, if you're making money, that's what's important. So and of course today I am. So when we look at the trade that I took today on APHB, you'll see basically it was really funny because right out of the gates I took a trade on it and promptly lost. I got in at like 270 and it pulled back here all the way down to 226, and I was just like, man, you've got to be kidding me. Like, again, this is just ridiculous. And it looked like it was just going to be kind of sideways, sort of crappy, same old, same old. And then all of a sudden right here, we broke over 250. We went to 350 to 4, and all the way up to 425. So I scalped this move here up to 425. I was able to make back my losses and go from red on the name to green on the name. And then I bought the first 5-minute pullback right here. This was my best trade, the entry at 397, and then riding this momentum up to 4. We had a high of 475. Pullback, first 5-minute setup, kind of a fade, and then I got back in right here at 450 and 470 for the breakout, thinking we would go back to high of day, but we ended up only hitting 485 and then fading. A little bit of a reverse false breakout there. But this was at the beginning of the day, it was a gapper and it looked interesting, but there was no news. And so I thought, well, in this market, a gapper with no news is like, don't even try it. Gappers with news, with fantastic news, still haven't been working out well. So I figured a gapper with no news, not too interested. But, it pulled back, popped back up. So I said, all right, I'll take a stab at it. Quickly lost money, then got back in, was able to regain those losses. So solid trade there. And then on EXTR, this was also a 5-minute setup. Nice, clean, easy setup. First 5-minute candle to make a new high, which you can see right here. So we got the entry, first 5-minute candle to make a new high. My entry was a little on the high side. I think it was at 72. We popped up to 898. I was up 30 cents. I didn't sell it. I was looking for a bigger move, breaking through the whole dollar, and then that candle we dropped all the way back down to my entry. Only made $22 on it. I could have taken the profit sooner, but I held it, kind of looking for a bigger move. So in any case, this is just a really solid day, solid momentum, and I'm hoping that we continue to see this. I mean, obviously, I'd like to continue to see some really good opportunities over the next, few days, few weeks, the month of May. Maybe a little bit of a slow start, but hopefully it picks back up. So my plan was that I would trade from Italy and work here just for the time being while trading is kind of slow, and basically allows me to, whenever I'm not in my home office, I trade a little more conservatively, because the reality is, I'm trading on my, I'm trading on my laptops here, and I don't have, my 11 monitor layout. I just kind of am making do with a lot less, and that's fine. I can absolutely work with this, but I just tend to be more conservative when I don't have, my kind of my home office and everything like that. So I thought that would be really beneficial for trader rehab, because the whole idea of rehab is that I trade with smaller size, I'm more conservative and not so aggressive. So I spent a couple days in Venice last week, and mind you, I have not taken a day off. I'm still working. I flew here overnight, and the next morning, market opened, and I was trading. I don't take a break. Nothing stands in the way of this warrior getting to the market. So came to the market, traded that morning, traded every day in Venice, traded in Florence, and now I've made my way back down towards Rome. So I'll give you a little tour where I'm at now. and I'm just going to be here for a couple days. I'm going to catch up with Roberto later this week, I think maybe tomorrow, and um, I think that'll be fun. So it's pretty nice here, right on the water. Smells nice. Smells like the ocean. So the internet's it's not what I'm used to, but at the same time, it's not that bad. I can make do with it. So I'll just trade here for right now. Well, it's, Thursday. I'll trade here today um, and tomorrow, and then we'll see what next week looks like. I'm hoping that we see some good opportunities, in the market over these next couple days, and then I'll get myself back into my office, set up, and ready to put the pedal to the metal and get aggressive on these trades. I know on a good month I can crush it. I can make $50,000, $70,000, but on the slow months I just kind of have to go easy, not push too hard. Because if I push too hard, what's going to happen is I'm just going to have a drawdown. I'm going to lose money, and I'd rather, like I said this morning, kind of just jog into the weather and not push it too hard. Just shelter through the storm, and then when things get better, I can up my risk and start to be more aggressive and start to get those $10,000, $20,000 winning days. Could I have done it on APHB today? Maybe. I was still a little cautious on it. I'm not in my home, so I didn't want to just go crazy. And this was the first stock to prove itself to me. So now that we've had one prove itself to me, I'll be a little bit more aggressive over the next, as I see others pop up that look like they might have that same potential. But we'll have to see. There's kind of that shift in momentum. This is a trade, though, absolutely. A stock up 150, 160%. There are beginner short sellers who have been doing really well in April because a lot of these stocks pop up and sell off. But this, unfortunately, is one of those stocks that if you don't honor your stops, you could find yourself with a really big loss. And I say it having done it, hundreds of times. I mean, even as recently as within the last couple weeks. So for me, it's been trading to the short side or losing money to the, stocks drop back down. But for traders who are short and holding as these spike up, I mean, they can be irrationally strong. Yes, this is a stock with no news that shouldn't be going up. I mean, it shouldn't be up 160%. It probably will come all the way back down to $2. The question is with 20,000, 30,000, or 40,000 shares, how long can you hold it while it goes the wrong way? Right? So, for a lot of us, I mean, I've had trades where I've held and been down thousands of dollars and been able to just hold until it comes back up. But most beginner traders, you're not able to do that. You can't afford it, and your broker's going to close up your account, and you're going to be at a max loss, and that's that. So the most important thing for any trader is to understand risk management. And for me, coming into this trader rehab is about managing my risk. It's about tapering my risk, reducing my risk, so I don't get myself into a situation where I have a really big drawdown, or get really overextended on a trade that's up too much. So risk management first and foremost. Second, stock selection. This of course is the right type of stock to trade. And then third, finding those bull flags. And you can see this is a great bull flag right here. This one was decent. This other one was decent. And let's see, the flag on EXTR was also really solid, even though I didn't trade it, or I didn't really make much money on it. That's just because I didn't sell it when I was up 30 cents. I should have probably taken a little profit on that. All right, so that's kind of where we're at today. This is the 84th trading day of the year, I think 84th. So we're about a third of the way through the year, and just kind of sitting tight, waiting for some better opportunities, being a little bit more selective. But we had some good ones today, so that's solid. But yeah, even though I'm here, I'm not on vacation. I'm working. I've worked every single day that I've been here, and that's just kind of my routine. I don't really go on vacation. Those of you who are in the chat room know that I don't take breaks. If I take a day off, usually it's because something really, really important, and it's like one day off. So, I'm working right now on Wi-Fi, 5 megabits download speed, 1.5 megabits upload speed. So it's nothing crazy, nothing as good as what I have at home, but it works. And whether I'm here or from here, I know I'm going to go back to New York for a little bit, stay in the city, and then make my way back up north. I'll just make do with what I have, and that's the awesome thing about trading. The reality is that the only thing I need is an internet connection and a strategy. That's it. So yes, I have to work 3, 4 hours a day, trading the markets. We have to put in our time, but we can do it from anywhere. You can do it from a patio. You can do it listening to the ocean. You can do it working from home. It's whatever you want. But that's the freedom that you can make that choice. You don't have to have that choice made for you by whoever you're working for. And so, when you work for yourself, you're essentially, the thing, when you work for someone else, you're helping their dreams come true, their company, you're helping their company grow. When you're working for yourself, you're helping your dreams come true. Your dream to become a full-time trader, to be totally independent, to make a living working from home, and to, live the life that you've always wanted, whatever that might be. If you dream to trade in Hawaii, that sounds like you dream to trade in the middle of the night because of the time zone there. Here the market opens at 3:30 p.m., which is strange to me because I'm always really kind of sleepy at 3:30 in the afternoon. Like I never trade in the afternoons because it's not my peak focus time of day. But so I like the East Coast time zone. I actually like California time zone even more because I can get up at 6 and trade at 6:30 and be done by 9:30, 10. But because that's kind of when I'm really at my peak. But this is fine here. I just kind of adjust my schedule and work in the afternoon. I do stuff that I want to do in the morning, and then I work in the afternoon and the evening. It results in kind of a longer day, but it works. Yeah. So in Hawaii, market opens at 3:30 a.m., which is that's a tough time to start trading for sure. Japan, I don't know what time Japan is. Is it 12:30 at night? Are they another 3 hours back, or is it? I'm not sure. But that's probably hard as well. But in any case, if that's what you wanted to do, you certainly could. So, anyways, that's it for today. So I will see you guys all first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully, we'll finish up the week strong. Have a good Friday. I think there's absolutely a great chance that APHB will be in play tomorrow. I mean, it's still bullish. It's still holding above the VWAP. It's still holding above the 20. It's still holding above the 9. These are the types of stocks that we often see close near the high, gap up overnight, and then make a second move. So could we see the stock go to 10 or 12 tomorrow? I don't know. It's certainly possible. It has the technical criteria minus the good catalyst, but it could. It definitely could. So definitely going to keep this one on watch for tomorrow, and then keep an eye on the scanners and see if we start to get some sympathy momentum, because this stock has been strong. Will the next one that starts to pop up, get that added momentum, because traders are like, oh, I don't want to miss this one since the last one just went, from $2 to $5 or whatever. All right. So anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you all first thing tomorrow morning. I'm going to jump on and get some emails done and work with students this afternoon. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Let's be honest. If you made it this far, you must have really enjoyed that video. So what's stopping you? Subscribe right here and get email alerts anytime I upload new content. Until then, happy surfing!